sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y
In Capanal on his third game in his return as now a member of the Quezon Huskers. It's Parañaque versus Quezon, Marquis versus Capanal, two former MVPs in the history of the MPBL. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Javi Palanya and Mika Abisamis. Now, we've seen Capanal not at 100% so far. He told you just a while ago, 60% para sa kanya. But he was already a best player in their previous outing. He's gonna take on Marquis, who stays consistent here in the MPBL. What are your expectations from those two in tonight's outing?
Well, of course, para kay Marquis, you could expect the same, 110% when he's on the floor. For Cabanal, we could expect him to really pull back a bit from his usual athletic self and still settle for a lot of jump shots. But I think in this game, there will be added motivation to go more than 60% in this game because matindi ang kalaban nila dito, and this is a team that is on top the Southern Division as well. Kasama nila to sa taas na Southern Division team standings.
Well, if you would take a look at that team standings of the South Division, they are combined 11-1 so far in our campaign.
Yeah, that's correct. And Quezon still without a loss in 5 games. Pero ang Quezon, compared to Parañaque, Quezon has already faced 4 teams in the top tier this season, while itong Parañaque, tatlo pa lang dun sa mga 7 nakalaban nila ang nasa taas ng ating team standings.
I like that you pointed out the wins of Quezon. After all, they beat Zamboanga, the top team in the South Division so far. But now, let's talk more about their previous outing. Quezon Huskers versus Bacolod, they won by 21, and this was the game wherein Cabanal was a bit back to his old form.
Yeah, it was a tight game after the end of the first quarter. Quezon only led by 1 after the end of the first period, but outscored Bacolod 22-13 to establish a double-digit advantage heading into halftime, and they never looked back after that. Scored 41.4% of their field goals and were also able to force 19 turnovers, which they converted into 24 turnover points. This was a big reason why they pulled away in the second half and dominated Bacolod in those third and fourth quarters, leading to that 76-55 decision.
There was also a pull away for Parañaque in their previous outing, so it's almost the same story with the Quezon Huskers. If you would look at the box score, halos pare-pareho yung mga minuto na nakuha ng mga players ni Coach Mike sa gigit. Marquis played 14 minutes, but he still had 10 boards to lead the way versus Sarangani.
This was the biggest win so far of the season for Parañaque. The previous big victory for Parañaque in this season came against South Cotabato, where they won by 9 points, 73-64. But this was a 33-point obliteration against the Sarangani Marlins, and they were led by Paulo Castro, who led 6 players in double figures in that game. Martel had 12, Olegario had 11, Sarao, Uduba, and Lelorde had 10 apiece. You look at their numbers here, 44.2% from the field, 69 rebounds. This is a big reason why they've been atop the Southern Division team standings. It's because of their collective effort on the glass. It's not just Markey, it's also the other guys pitching in. Lian Martel also has done his fair share in that department. JP Sarao as well. They've been packing the paint, 50 points inside the paint compared to just 20 and 63 bench points. That's because of those 6 players in double figures, most of them coming off the bench para kay Coach Mike Sagigit.
You mentioned the name Lian Martel twice in your previous statement. Well, this is a guy who, in the words of Coach Mike Sagigit, learned a lot from Markey in terms of maturity, and you can see it on his gameplay so far in the 6th season of the MPBL. Let's break down more of his statistics in the previous game. Double figures for Mr. Lian Martel.
Yeah, Lian Martel was big in this game. He also had 8 rebounds in this one, but only played not even 10 minutes in this game. So that's a big testament to how efficient he was against Sarangani. And this is a guy that's been playing under Coach Mike Sagigit for a while now. And he definitely understands what Coach Mike wants from him. And big opportunity for him to learn more with Markey by his side, guiding him when he's on the floor and off the court, the things that he has to do in order to prepare himself in the games leading up to the deeper part of this season.
Can he step up on their home floor where usually the bench players of Parañaque do come alive in front of these members of Parañaque selected by Vice Mayor Joan Villafuerte. Now we turn you over to Mika Abesanos.
Maraming salamat. I am now with Lian Martel. Lian, matagal ka na kay Coach Mike, ano? Pero dito sa pros, na pag-usapan natin kanina na talagang lumabas na yung rhythm mo. Finally, with 12 points in 9 minutes dun sa last outing nyo. Slowly nakakasali ka na talaga dito sa contributors ng Parañaque. Anong nasa isip mo?
Ang lagi ko nang iniisip is yung gawin ko lang yung role ko as a players at saka anong pwedeng kong maitulong sa team para ma-earn ko yung minutes ko sa loob ng court. At saka si Coach Mike po kasi yung isang coach na i-boost yung confidence mo, hahayaan ka lang maglaro ng sarili mo laro pero nasa loob ng linyada ng mga plays namin po.
Lian, itong mga tao dito sa loob, isa ka na sa tinatangkilik nila. Anong gusto mo sabihin sa lahat ng Paracañeños na nandito ngayon?
Sa mga lahat ng taga Parañaque dyan, gagawin namin ng lahat para mauwi tayong masaya.
Maraming salamat. That is Lian Martel. Now it's gonna be Quezon versus Parañaque. Miguel Parade, take it away.
This is gonna be exciting, mga kaliga, as we bring you tonight's main game here at the Olivares College Gym in Parañaque City. It's Quezon versus your Parañaque. This is the 2024 Buenas Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6, presented by Extreme. Live on the official MPBL Facebook page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Channel 53 on satellite, and on Pilipinas Live app. Here are the starters, beginning with the Quezon Huskers. Starting at forward number 24, RJ Minerva. Center number 5, Simon Sandagon. Head guard number 70, Iceman, Tomark Matiliano. Forward number 77, Gab Banal. And the other guard number 13, LJ Gonzalez. Their head coach is Eric Gonzalez. Assistant coaches Richie Dixon, Nash Rosella, Ed De La Torre, Luis Solasco, Jonathan De Guzman, and Bernard De Guia. Team manager is attorney Don Capunan. Team owners are Governor Helen Tan, Congressman Mike Tan, and Mayor Ralph Lim. And now, Parañaque City, get on your feet, because it's time to meet the starting unit of your Parañaque Patriots. Starting at forward number 24, John Utuba. Guard number 18, Philip Manalang. The other forward, number 27, your very own from Barangay San Dionisio, Paulo Castro. Starting at guard, number 9, Jello Razon. And at center, number 83, Mark Yee. coaching the Patriots is Mike Sagigit. Assistant coaches Stephen Mapera, Lito Aguilar, Al Vergara, Philip de la Cruz, Syke Miguelino, and Olan Santos. Assistant team managers Joel Mendoza and Councilor Marvin Santos.
Presenting our starting fives of the game. Brought to you by Buenas. We have LJ Gonzalez with Domark Matiliano, Simon Sandagon, Gab Banal, and RJ Minerva for the Quezon Huskers. And then it's Philip Manalang, Jello Razon, Mark Yee, John Oduba, and Paulo Castro for the Parañaque Patriots. We're coming to you live from the Olivares College Gym in Parañaque. Thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Javi Palanya and Mika Besamis for the main game of your MPBL Thursday before we proceed to Manila tomorrow and Pangasinan on Saturday. The tip is won by the Quezon Huskers, currently undefeated in their campaign. And Javi did mention among the 5 victories that they've had, 4 of those are against contenders in our league. As RJ Minerva converts from downtown.
Oh, this is a guy that also Coach Christian Luanzon mentioned has been playing great para sa Quezon so far. May not be scoring a lot, only averaging 5.3 points per game this season, but his impact goes way beyond the box scores. Just his ability to be able to defend and rebound the ball have been big thing for Coach Eric Gonzalez so far this year.
Philip Manalang losing time. That's a leaner. What a shot by Philip Manalang.
The one guy who has also stepped in to a box office role this season, Philip Manalang. You could just see the change in his playing for Parañaque this year compared to how he was with Nueva Ecija. So much more confidence. It's so much more aggressive in terms of taking shots.
How about the aggressiveness and the confidence of that guy? LJ Gonzalez being defended by Philip Manalang, who he went up against in the UAAP for 3 years. But Philip did tell me this is the best version of LJ that he will face so far. As now, Razon misfires, rebound Matiliano.
And you might also argue that this is also the best version of Philip that LJ may face.
That might be one of the best matchups of the night. Size advantage. Gab Banal, triple team there. It's Matiliano up top, too strong. Rebound to Mark Yee.
Just really a lot of length, athleticism, and outside shooting for this starting 5 by Quezon. Just unable to hit, but look at Philip Manalang. Migs, 2 years ago, you wouldn't even put Philip Manalang in a premier matchup at the point guard spot. But this year, that's definitely not the case anymore.
Well, he has been that perfect fit to Jello Razon and Pido. Keith Pido in the guard rotation of Coach Mike Sagigit. As Gab Banal misses on that layup. There's the effort by RJ Minerva. Bodies on the floor. Parañaque recovers. Paulo Castro, the pull-up. That's short. LJ Gonzalez, the cross. And there's a foul committed by Philip Manalang.
If you're Parañaque, you're going to have to mark LJ Gonzalez as soon as he gets the basketball in the backcourt. Don't wait for him to make a move.
Well, this three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. That is a prime example of why you should cover him as soon as he crosses that half-court line. He can pull up from way out as well. Another 3. This time it's a miss for LJ. 6-5, almost 3 minutes gone by. Philip Manalang going left. Kick out, Oduba. His three-pointer is no good. RJ Minerva on the other end will get the bounce.
Second basket of the game para kay RJ Minerva, just attacking that interior defense. Slight crossover and then falling away for that one-hand shot.
It's now a 3-point advantage for the Quezon Huskers. Oduba, handoff to Manalang. Mid-range. Short. Good box out by Simon Sandagon. And that's a foul by Mark Yee.
Still a good set right there for Parañaque. Pinch post action. Initial guy running out for that fake handoff and then eventually handing off to Philip Manalang. But look at RJ Minerva. That slight crossover, losing Mark Yee. And John Oduba was just too late to be able to bother that shot.
He was recruited by the Quezon Huskers to be a playmaking power forward, whether it's scoring or passing the ball, usually to Simon Sandagon. Minerva already has 5 points in this game. Sandagon hands it off. Abundo has been inserted. Gab Banal scores off the glass and in.
That's just too easy. Gab Banal, he knows what to do in those kinds of situations. Mismatch, height advantage, definitely a score para kay Gab Banal, former league MVP here in the MPBL.
And again, he's only at 60 to 70% conditioning on his transition. Philip Manalang dancing with Abundo. Manalang attacks. Sorry, miss on the layup. And it's another foul. This time, it's on Simon Sandagon.
This is going to be the challenge tonight para sa Quezon Huskers. You have to be able to zero in on the action on the floor and not mind what's happening outside of it. It's a noisy crowd, but you have to be able to concentrate and make the right decision still. Easier said than done.
10 to 5. Over 4 minutes gone by. That's a steal. Simon Sandagon, foot race. Sandagon all the way for 2.
Excellent control and balance right there by Simon Sandagon. Had it not been for the man in front of him, that would have been a slam dunk.
Quezon looking good, up by 7. Philip Manalang wide open. Short. He's been tested with a shot today. Manalang again. Almost lost the ball. Now it's Jello Razon. 7 on the shot clock. Screen by Marquis. Razon behind the back. 3 seconds. Step back three-pointer. He's blocked. On the other end, Minerva passes. Batiliano, the Iceman. In and out from the corner. Now Manalang will slow down. Paulo Castro working with Marquis. Castro. Yee. Nice fake. That's the second foul of Simon Sandagon.
I dare say one of the best shot fakes that we have here in the MPBL belonging to Marquis.
This fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star. Win to the max. He did mention if it wasn't for Jello Razon, this would have been a highlight. A slam dunk for Simon Sandagon. He will still take those 2 points. Couple of subs. We'll break it down. Will Gozum is in alongside Jason Opiso and Cyrus Torres. LJ Gonzalez also returns. On the other end, we have Keith Pido in the game for the first time. Razon, the pull-up and the make.
Many times during this season, Jello Razon has had a flat start to ball games, but always count on him to deliver in the clutch. That's a good sign para sa Parañaque that he's able to hit his first shot.
Razon in 16 minutes of play in their previous game had 7 points and 7 dimes. Now there's a charge called on Will Gozum. Now we have Joshua Galliano checking in for the first time. And this is going to be his first appearance in the 6th season of the MPBL. That's because his stint with Olivares is done for the year alongside their shooter. I'm starting to forget the name of the
John
shooter.
O'Malley.
There you go, John O'Malley, the Luka Doncic of Parañaque. They're both back. Galliano, by the way, was big time last year for the Patriots, having some double-doubles to his name.
One of their leading scorers last year.
Galliano making his way through, no basket. Quezon with Abundo against Galliano. Alvin is fouled.
I don't think they're going to give him continuation. That was on the ground.
Let's take a look at this shot by Philip Manalang. His first jumper, make that his second jumper in this game. And there we have our lucky fans of the game, brought to you by Buenas. LJ Gonzalez against Keith Pido. That's a nice matchup. Jason Opiso, mid-range. Yes, sir.
We've seen him knock down that jump shot from the baseline numerous times last year playing for Marikina, and that's a valuable addition para sa Quezon Huskers. Off the bench, the ability to score, especially off of those drives by LJ Gonzalez, that's really big para sa kanila.
Nice fake by Jello Razon. It's that usual setup with two players away from the triangle. He trims the lead down to 5. 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Cyrus Torres, too strong. Good box out by Galliano. Bounce pass for Druaya. No basket. Offensive rebound. Marquis, the feed. Sorry miss for Druaya.
Well, that should have been a goaltend.
Quezon running to the other end. Opiso with an easy 2.
A lucky break for the Quezon Huskers. Parañaque slow to get down after that sequence.
16-9. Jello Razon to Marquis. He goes to for Druaya against Will Gozum. Druaya blocked by Gozum. On the other end, it's LJ Gonzalez feeding to Gozum. Almost a walk there. Will Gozum, no bounce. And that's a foul on LJ Gonzalez. Couple of subs. Ian Martel only played 9 minutes in their previous outing, but he did score 12 points and he grabbed 8 rebounds, is now in. We also have Rodel Gravera and Tomas Torres for the Quezon Huskers. Field goal story, 7 out of 12, 4 out of 14 in favor of Quezon. Galliano onto Martel, 10 on the shot clock. Jello Razon onto his roller for Druaya, will score.
Excellent patience there exhibited by Parañaque. The Patriots are playing with a tall lineup here on the floor with Galliano at the 3 spot.
Nice cross by Gozum. He could not convert. Parañaque on the counter. Galliano to the left. Jello Razon. Short. Battle for the loose ball. It ends up with Tomas Torres. There's the bounce to Cyrus Torres. Back to Thomas. Now it's Cyrus. On to Rodel Gravera. That's a mismatch. Ball tapped away by Jello Razon.
That's definitely how you attack a mismatch. If you're the defensive player, the one smaller, you try and pressure him and make sure that he has a hard time receiving the basketball, and especially that he's way out of the shaded area. Talking about Rodel Gravera, good job by Jello Razon to bother him.
We just saw 2 substitutions. Topeng Lagrama for Quezon, and the one and the only, the ultimate veteran of Parañaque, Jamal Vizcara, is now on the floor. Let's see what he can do. But before that, we have a timeout. 16-11, a minute and 13 remaining in the opening frame. We're seeing the next 3 games of the Quezon Huskers. They will take on Imos on May 22 and Negros on June 1. But I'd like to highlight that May 25 game versus Batangas City. That will be the first home court defense of the Quezon Huskers in the 6th season of the MPBL. And it will be their first home court defense after winning the PSL Championship.
That's going to be a big assignment para sa kanila, especially Batangas City has been playing well to start this season. Coach Cholo Villanueva putting in a guy like Chris Porter to give some variation to their front line after having guys like Seda Blaza and Jexter Rapinan lead the way for a number of years.
Right now, Quezon has Parañaque on their plate. A 3-pointer. Cyrus Torres misfires. Ball tapped away in favor of Quezon.
Vizcarra thought that he had a guy in the corner to be able to get that ball to. Obviously does not have that same elevation that he once had when he was still playing with our operations chief Emerson Oreta in college.
But still, it's good to still have him here in the MPBL. Cyrus Torres will fire off to the right. Rebound, Jamal Vizcarra. Poor pass, good anticipation by Quezon. Negrama faking the feed. Topeng, ever so animated, gives it up to Thomas Torres. Thomas will now fire, that's short. Jamal Vizcarra to Keith Pido. 27 seconds remaining in the opening frame. Pass inside, nice speed. Ooh! That was quite risky for Rodel Gravera. I'm glad to know that he's safe, but he will be called for that foul.
Nagkalituhan dun sa depensa ang Quezon Huskers. Not sure if they were trying to go into a zone, but Parañaque read that beautifully. Take a look at this again. Keith Pido being patient once again. Seeing Lian Martel without a guy on that baseline on the right side.
First trip to the stripe for Lian Martel. Conversion for the big guy. He has such a big role as well if you think about it. Kasi ang pinapalitan niya ay si Marquis para sa Parañaque. So it's literally stepping on the shoes of probably the best player in MPBL history so far. A drive by Joshua Galliano. He is fouled. 2 more free throws.
You know, he may be a guy just coming out of college, but he plays so much like a veteran already because of the exposure that he's had playing here in the MPBL. Take a look at this. This is not the move of a guy coming out of college.
Well, then again, he is on his home floor. This is where he practices, inside the Olivares College gym as a member of the Sea Lions. 2 conversions. The lead is 2, 14 seconds remaining. Topeng Negrama will use the time. 5 seconds. Negrama still has it. 3 seconds. Gravera will fire off to the left. And that's going to do it for our opening frame.
What about Jamal Vizcarra still helping on the glass here para sa Parañaque? I'd say still quality minutes para sa kanya here in the first quarter, but great second half of the first period by the Patriots after Quezon went off to a good start led by this guy, LJ Gonzalez and RJ Minerva, also making the right decisions there at the start of this game. Hit the 3-point shot and then had a drive earlier as well. They're really challenging Philip Manalang to shoot from the outside in this game, talking about Quezon.
I want to take a look at the numbers of Philip Manalang. He's 2 out of 5 from the field so far. So it's 3 misses after 2 makes for him. As we get to see more highlights, Quezon, they love to run, as a lot of teams do here in the MPBL. They had 4 fast break points compared to the 0 of Parañaque in the opening frame. This end of the first quarter score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas.
Back at the Olivares College Gym for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League with some injured players at the start of the season. Gab had just gone back. Judel Fuentes and Lander Cannon both injured. Coach Eric Gonzalez said that they need to respect Parañaque, their fans, their capacity as a team, and their coach. He told the boys this: if you want to be a leader, you work hard. If you don't, you become a slave. For him, this is still a 50-50 ball game. Despite the lead, everyone needs to play together in an environment where the support is solid. Migs Javi.
There you have it, the ultimate test for Gabanal and the rest of the Quezon Huskers, as we get to see our very own Coach Sedel Tupas. He was our analyst yesterday. After all, he's our OG commentator here in the MPBL. Thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Avi Palanya and Mika Abisamis as JP Sarao scores on his first appearance.
Did not see action at all in the first quarter, making impact right away here at the start of the second period.
First quarter field goal shooting.
7 out of 18 there para sa Quezon. While itong Parañaque, they're shooting 6 out of 18 so far. So both teams shooting under 40% to begin this game.
There's a miss by Rodel Gravera and a foul on the loose ball by JP Sarao. It will be a baseline inbound for Gab Banal. Deadlock at 16. 14 on the shot clock. Banal goes to Jesse Saitanan. Up top. Topeng Lagrama using the screen. He will fire. Straight away 3 for Topeng Lagrama.
1-3-1 zone there by Parañaque, but Topeng Lagrama taking it into his own hands, just going through the top ball screen and getting a 3-pointer off.
Nice pass off of the steal. Thomas Torres fakes. There's the trailer, Gab Banal, no backing violation. Banal, Lagrama, passes. Oh, that could have been a big throwdown. Good defense by Joshua Galliano. Quezon has one more chance. 4 on the shot clock. Up top they go. Jesse Saitanan, way off. That's a shot clock violation.
Poor possession right there para sa Quezon. Torres had the ball in his hands way too long. Gab Banal was asking for it. Clock on the line. You gotta give it to your best offensive player. And I thought Thomas held the ball too long there. Binigay niya naman din kay Jesse Saitanan pagkatapos.
19-16. Parañaque is down by 3. JP Sarao. Not much spacing there. Now they go to Philip Manalang. 9 on the shot clock. Manalang, mid-range. Yes, sir.
Well, you know, one of the reasons why Philip Manalang has had a boosted confidence is also because of his extra skill work that he does with simple grind basketball.
Tagal lang masipag yan si Philip Manalang as Gab Banal scores on the other end. I remember Philip Manalang would stay alone in UE just to shoot by himself. Now it has paid off, but he's going to need more of that in this matchup. Nice steal. Quezon is on the run. A counter steal. Oh, great effort by Lian Martel. Galliano is tying his shoes, no numbers. Jemal Vizcara fires, high looper, no good. Rebound Quezon. Gab Banal. Basket and one. What a move by the former MVP.
Just so calculated every time he makes a decision to go to the basket. That time he saw the advantage, even if he had Domark Matiliano up ahead of him. He still went on, took it by himself. See here, Joshua Galliano was in an island all by himself. And Gab Banal scoring the 2 points.
This play of the game is brought to you by Buenas. Gab Banal proceeds to the stripe. He has 6 points to his tally. He was the best player in the previous game of Quezon, scoring 11 points, grabbing 4 rebounds, and dishing out 3 dimes. He converts from the stripe. In his MVP season, he was averaging close to 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. He was basically like a LeBron James for Bacoor back in the day. John Ray Villanueva.
He still very much has that ability to do so. This is a long season.
Philip Manalang driving. Tough feed, turnover, forward pass. Wow. How about that from Topeng Lagrama and 2 easy points for Domark Matiliano.
How do you even make that pass with 2 people in front of you in traffic? You're the smallest guy on the floor.
This fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star. Win to the max. You think it's instinct at that point for Topeng Lagrama?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. You know, just the intention to always set up your teammates. Just a great find right there.
And automatically, it's a timeout for Coach Mike Sagigit. His team is down by 8. Gabanal, you see his numbers in their previous outing versus Bacolod. 50% shooting as well with 2 steals to go alongside those 11 points, 4 boards, and 3 dimes. That was his second game back in the MPBL, and yet he was the best player once more.
And even at 60%, he's already doing a little of everything, as you saw his numbers earlier.
Now you're seeing our VIPs, Kenneth Duremdes, Emer Oreta, Seth Mora, Rudy Distrito, and George Magsino at the sideline. Under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Marquis onto John Ray Villanueva. That's from way out. And there's a charge called on Marquis.
He was trying to free up Villanueva right there on that outside shot.
Marquis cannot believe it.
And even Coach Mike Sagigit is in some sort of disbelief right there. I don't think, are they going to challenge it?
Is it too late? It seems like it will be entertained. All right, this is our first challenge for this game. So we'll leave it to our referees, J.R. Francisco, Manuel Binondo, and Michael Mesias, with Jay Castroverde as their sub here at the sideline. Quite a mystery. Although we did see a Quezon player who fell down.
Well, it was a handoff action on the right side. Gotta see that replay. Not really sure what Marquis did after that shot, or before that shot rather.
In the meantime, as you can see on the left side of the screen, that is Vice Mayor Joan Villafuerte, ever so passionate, ever so loving for the, let me say this right, Parañaqueños. So once upon a time, Parañaque hosted in Las Piñas, and she brought her people to Las Piñas in order to support the Patriots. That was their first win of the season against Manila. But Javi, I'm sure you would also attest to this. This is one of the best crowds that we have.
Definitely, always one of the best venues to play in because of this very passionate crowd. You could see here, there's barely any empty seat in the house. We are filled to the rafters tonight once again, and we've been playing here in Parañaque multiple times already this season. And the Patriots just really love playing in front of their home floor. That's why ayaw nila nagpapatalo dito sa Olivares College Gym. And you know, this is a big test for them because they want to be able to prove that they are the top dog in the Southern Division.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Call on the floor stays. Offensive foul on number 83.
It is a charge on Marquis, who wants to see the replay. What did he do?
Here you see the handoff.
Okay.
That right arm, I think, was the reason why they called that offensive foul. His body may have been steady, but the right arm was behind him, causing that Quezon defender to fall down.
Oh, that was a risky pass by RJ Minerva, who tried to inbound to Topeng Lagrama. But he has a good defender in front of him in Keith Pido. Back with RJ against Marquis. Minerva drives. He needs a teammate. There's Jason Apiso. That's his second jumper in this game.
And look who delivered that pass. RJ Minerva taking advantage of that matchup against Marquis. He knows that Mark won't be able to match up with him in terms of speed, and therefore he attacks, sets up the defense, and makes sure that he has an open teammate. That time it was Jason Apiso.
Biggest lead now at 10 points. Ball out of bounds in favor of Parañaque. That was off of RJ Minerva. It's going to be a baseline inbound for Keith Pido. 14 on the shot clock. Pido still looking for a teammate. There's Jandre. Screen by Vizcara. Marquis against Jason Apiso. 8 on the shot clock. Marquis will back down. Yee turns around. He almost walked. One-hander. Short. Offensive rebound. JP Sarao is fouled.
Nothing much RJ Minerva could do right there. Sarao had the heft advantage underneath the basket, and he had a good position to be able to get that put back up.
Jello Razon will now return, replacing John Ray Villanueva. They have some time, so I'll greet some of our friends. Coach Johan Dumlao is watching. Birthday ng kanyang anak na si Savannah Jane Dumlao. Happy birthday to his baby. And you see the numbers of JP Sarao, 8 points and 5 rebounds per game. Another friend is watching. That is Fonzie Perez and his wife Regine. Magandang gabi po sa inyo. 28-19. Under 6 minutes before halftime. Gab Banal against Jamal Vizcara. Banal backing down. Gab, kick out. Nice pass. Domark Matiliano in and out. Offensive rebound. Quezon will keep possession.
Parañaque has to do a better job than that. There were 3 guys right there to try and challenge RJ Minerva for that rebound. But all RJ Minerva did was out-jump those 3 yellow shirts for that board.
Minerva up top, they go. 7 on the shot clock. Gabanal, that's stopped away by Jello Razon. Five on the shot clock, sideline inbound. It's a jumper and the make for RJ Minerva.
That baseline for Quezon has been very kind to them tonight. Opiso earlier, now it's RJ Minerva.
He has 7 points so far. Talking about RJ Minerva. Keith Pido onto JP Sarao. They're down by 11. Marquis, face up, the jumper and the miss. It hasn't been an easy shooting night so far for the MPBL legend. Now it's Minerva who attacks. RJ Minerva is fouled.
Gab Banal has been wanting to have that basketball. Unfortunately, his teammates not obliging numerous times here in this quarter. But RJ Minerva making the right decision right there to attack the defense and drawing the foul. It seems that for Gab, there's added motivation for him to show his MVP form tonight, especially going up against Parañaque, playing on the road.
After all, Gabanal still hasn't won a championship here in the MPBL. This is such a nice opportunity for him. And these types of nights will determine as to how people will look at Quezon here in the MPBL for our 6th campaign. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. RJ Minerva is playing on his 2nd season with the Huskers. The same longevity of the franchise itself. Last year they reached the playoffs, but they lost in the 1st round to Zamboanga. Now Will Gozum returns. It's Gozum with Banal and Gonzalez being joined by Matiliano and Opiso. That's practically an all-star lineup. Philip Manalang dancing. He almost lost the ball. Good hands by Gab Banal.
And that's what you love about Gab, you know, even though he's such a decorated scorer, you know that he's also going to give a lot of effort defensively.
Sideline inbound for Philip Manalang. 6 on the shot clock. John Oduba up top. It's Jello Razon. 2 seconds. Razon pulls up. In and out. Offensive rebound. Oduba will score.
The Iron Man of the Parañaque Patriots, John Oduba. That's what he's there for. Going for those extra possessions, 50-50 balls, and sticking those putbacks in.
2 points and 2 rebounds so far for the Iron Man. 32-21. LJ Gonzalez. Tough pass. Turnover.
And now the Patriots seem to be gaining some momentum. They've strung together consecutive stops. The question is, can they score here?
Great effort by John Oduba to keep it alive for Parañaque. They're still down by 11. Lian Martel against Will Gozum. They go to Manalang. He's been the hot hand. Manalang escapes. Sidestep. What a move for Philip Manalang.
How many defenders did he go through on that move? He even fooled me.
Now there's a foul on the other end. But if I can be honest with you and everybody else, when I started covering Philip Manalang in UE, my first impression was, ang kulit naman niyang maglaro. And now we're seeing that he's able to manage all the energy and the activity that he has on the floor. A beautiful move, escaping the defense of Gab Banal. And what a highlight that is for Philip Manalang.
You check the eyes and the way that he was looking at his other teammates. That's what got the defense fooled. Everybody thought that he was eventually gonna make a pass, but still, you know, a difficult shot in traffic in the move. Oh my, what a beauty para kay Philip Manalang.
Instant free throws here for Domark Matiliano, as Parañaque is already over the limit. The Iceman misfires on his second gimme. The Patriots have momentum. They're down by 10. Manalang onto Jello Razon. Approaching the last 3 minutes of the second quarter. Pido will fire. No good. Rebound Opiso. It's LJ Gonzalez. On to Will Gozum. Backing down. Gozum escapes and scores.
Good balance right there by Will Gozum despite almost losing it. Able to concentrate and finish on the left side.
On the other end, Manalang continues to dance. He is fouled. 3 free throws.
And Cyrus Torres thought that it was supposed to be Philip Manalang called for the foul. He felt like he was kicked by Manalang on that shot. We got to see that again.
We have homegrown J.R. Olegario in the game for the first time.
He seems to be a crowd favorite here in Parañaque, Migs.
And that's the beauty of having one of your own in the MPBL. Do we actually have a challenge? Yes, we do. Coach Eric Gonzalez just asked for it. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky. You have to be specific as to what you are challenging. Magkaiba po ang pag-challenge ng defensive foul at ng offensive foul. And so, if they're only challenging the foul of Cyrus Torres, then there won't be any call on a charge by Philip Manalang.
That's correct.
Para siyang naging no call. And so we play on as now our referees have quickly decided, and we'll hear from our arena announcer Miguel Perey.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. 3 free throws for Philip Manalang.
I'd like to take this opportunity to give a shout out to Manila Kingpin South's Gian Canares, who is watching us tonight. This was the shot right there. Take a look at where Cyrus Torres is. He was violating that landing spot of Philip Manalang. Just a poor closeout right there. No kick happened from Philip Manalang. He was just within his cylinder. Definitely the right call made even after the review.
Manalang is now in double figures. This is the first trip to the line for the former UE Red Warrior, the former Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguard. And let me remind you, in the MPBL Invitational, he had that shot, the 2 million peso shot to win the title.
He's no stranger to big moments. Definitely to si Philip Manalang. I'm sure he's relishing the opportunity to be the main point guard this year for the Parañaque Patriots.
2 out of 3 for Mr. Manalang. It still is a 10-point advantage, although the crowd is already pumped up even more. I tell you, if we see a basket from J.R. Olegario, that would blow the roof off of the Olivares College gym. Gonzalez up top. Jason Opiso fakes. Back to LJ. Nice matchup against Philip Manalang. Gonzalez. The feed. Opiso will fire. Short. Rebound Gozum. Put back for Will Gozum.
Ruaya was a little distracted right there. That's why he wasn't able to box out. Ito si Will Gozum.
No high-low there for Parañaque. Uduba attacks. A miss. Put back for Ford Ruaya.
Same thing happened right there on the other side para sa Parañaque. Ruaya making up for his mistake. But, ooh, Will Gozum smelling blood in the water.
Well, we did talk about him as a walking mismatch. He can do everything on the floor. I asked him, what can you say about that moniker or di kaya yung consideration na yun para sa kanya? Sabi niya, I don't let it go into my head. And so we just focus on the fact that he did want to become a guard when he was young. And so hindi naman mawawala yun para kay Will Gozum. Eventually, when he moves on as well in his career, he does want to achieve greater heights kung saan mas matatangkad din ang kanyang mga kalaban. And eventually, those guard skills might be very useful for him.
Yeah, definitely. And especially right now where there's so much opportunity to play abroad, him having those kinds of skill set with his height will definitely play in to him making good when he decides to go abroad. But, hopefully he still stays here.
Yeah. After all, he does have a championship caliber squad in the Quezon Huskers. You see his numbers, 80% free throw shooting. That is high for any player in the MPBL, but 0 out of 2 on that trip for Will Gozum. Jello Razon, up top they go to their homegrown, J.R. Olegario. The crowd wants him to score. Olegario, nice fake. J.R. Olegario will score. Basket and one.
I couldn't tell anymore what is a whistle and what is a shriek from the crowd, but take a look at that. Patient offense once again for Parañaque. Despite the shot clock winding down, he knew what he was gonna do, took it into his move, made it. Great footwork by J.R. Olegario, great concentration as well para sa kanya. That's a big time move, and those are shots that really brings up the energy of the crowd.
We are in the second quarter, by the way. 100 seconds remaining before halftime. It certainly felt like a game winner already for Parañaque. Topping Lagrama, hounded by Olegario. Lagrama dancing with him. Topping escapes, and he scores.
Crowd favorite versus crowd favorite. The crowd favorite of Quezon right there getting one up against the crowd favorite of Parañaque.
Oh, there was a foul as well. We did not even hear the whistle anymore. Uduba will proceed to the line off of his conversion.
It feels like it's such a close game, but Quezon is still up by 7 points. Right now, it's a 3-possession ball game, but slowly but surely, Parañaque making all the right stops here as we end the second quarter.
A minute and 15 remaining. A miss by Uduba, rebound Gozum, and we're back with the Huskers. Almost a steal. Great effort by Manalang. Tomas Torres escapes. He passes to Abundo, who will fire. Short. How about that rebound from Topping Lagrama? Now it's Gozum against Uduba. Minerva, 4 on the shot clock. RJ fires. No bounce. There's a foul. That's on Will Gozum. He's pleading for a flop.
And this is really something that he's been learning throughout the years, trying to keep his emotions in check, because there have been times where this has cost him trouble already. And good thing that he didn't go into more outburst after that non-call, or rather that call against him.
Now Gozon will have to sit down. Rivera has returned. Uduba will be tested again from the stripe. He missed the bonus a while ago. That's a high looper of a free throw shot.
Free throw starting to be a problem tonight here para sa Parañaque. Now 7 out of 12 from the stripe. They were 10 out of 11 against Sarangani.
Second one converted by John Uduba. It's a 2-possession game. Rodel Gravera against John Uduba. Alvin Abundo. 32 seconds. Abundo layup. Yes!
Poor individual defense out top there by Jello Razon, leading Abundo to a path towards the basket and the 2 points.
19 seconds to go. 4-second differential. Philip Manalang working with Ford Ruaya. Manalang up top. Olegario sizing up Lagrama. JR spins. Nice feed. Uduba. No good. Quezon has time. 2 seconds. Torres to beat the buzzer. Short. What a first half here in Parañaque.
Boy, both teams just leaving it all on the floor here in this game. Both sides of the basketball, you could really feel the intensity from both squads. This is a powerhouse battle between two teams in the Southern Division.
Well, combined, these teams have only lost once, and that's Parañaque with that single defeat. Quezon remains undefeated. RJ Minerva played very well in the first 2 quarters. 9 points, 75% shooting from the field, and perfect from the stripe. That's the play-making power forward of the Quezon Huskers. This halftime score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas.
back at the Olivares College Gym for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis, and right now I am joined by a very special guest, Vice Mayor Joan Villafuerte, the team owner of the Parañaque Patriots. Magandang gabi, ma'am. Ma'am, this opponent is a good challenge, a good test of character. Nakita naman natin talagang lumalaban ang Parañaque Patriots. Ano pong sinabi niyo sa kanila, ma'am, before this game?
Well, sabi ko sa mga players and coaches, this is one of the best games na mapapatunayan namin na talagang batak na kami para sa semis. Alam naman natin ang Quezon is undefeated so far. Pero ang Parañaque naman, so far, batak na kami sa dami ng laban namin. Well, parehong magaling, parehong malakas, parehong lumalaban ng parehong koponan. Pero isa lang ang inspirasyon namin Ang gusto namin ma-maintain yung aming good standing sa MPBL, and of course, gusto namin ma-maintain na mapasaya namin yung aming mga taga-Parañaque na patuloy na sumusubaybay sa amin. Kahit saan kami pumunta, patuloy na nanonood, nag-i-encourage at nag-cheer para sa Parañaque Patriots.
Tama yan, ma'am. So ano pong gusto niyo sabihin, ma'am, sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa inyo dito sa loob ng Olivares College Gym ngayong gabi, at kung meron pa po kayong mga gustong batiin?
Sa mga taga-Parañaque, maraming salamat po sa inyo pong walang sawang suporta at pag-antabay sa ating Parañaque Patriots. Ipinagpapatuloy namin ang laban, araw-araw nag-e-ensayo dahil ang gusto namin, mapasaya po namin kayong lahat. At syempre, hindi biro yung pumunta dito ng walang sasakyan, Hindi biro yung pumunta dito na isang malaking grupo. At minsan pa nga nagtatampo pa dahil wala ng tickets. Pero alam po ninyo, mga taga-Parañaque, kayo ang inspirasyon namin para sa inyo ang laban na ito. At hanggat masaya kayo sa Parañaque Patriots, ipagpapatuloy po namin ang laban para suportahan din ang kuponan ni Senator Manny Pacquiao, ang MPBL.
Meron pa po ba kayong mga gustong batiin, ma'am, bukod sa mga fans dito sa loob ng Coliseum?
Yes, gusto namin pasalamatan ang Okada Manila at syempre ang SIP, Electrolyte Plus, and of course Top.ph, si Congressman Edwin Olivares, si Mayor Eric Olivares, ang Vikings, at of course gusto kong batiin na Happy Fiesta ang Manggahan Masville, BF, Happy Fiesta po sa inyong lahat. Sa mga taga Santo Niño na mga kabarangay ko, maraming salamat na lagi kayong nandito. Sa mga kagawad na nandito, kay Kagawad Marlo Ablan, Kagawad Chino Liu, at syempre sa ating si Kagawad Rudy Avila, si Sam Bernal, si Tita Connie Zialcita, Guada Goles, lahat ng sumusuporta lagi at nanonood. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. And of course, gusto kong batiin ng happy birthday si Konsehal Marvin Santos, ang aming team manager, si Konsehal Ryan Iliana, at syempre si Konsehal Beng Amurao. Happy birthday po sa inyong lahat.
Alright, maraming salamat po. As always, the very supportive Vice Mayor Joan Villafuerte, the team owner of the Parañaque Patriots. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
We are at halftime for Quezon versus Parañaque. The score reads 41-33 in favor of the road squad. And the thing is, Quezon has had a couple of answers to the mini runs of Parañaque in this game. That's why they still have that 8-point lead. Field goal shooting, a plus 11% for the Huskers. Steals has been a big thing for them. They've been running the break. 9 fast break points translated from the turnovers forced by Quezon, and inside scoring as well. Big plus 10 for the road squad.
Parañaque will have to do a better job at the start of the third quarter to be able to prevent a good start by the Huskers. They've been doing so well running on the break, 9-0 in terms of fast break points, while Parañaque hasn't had a chance to score in transition, but they could use that momentum that they had coming late in the second quarter to be able to have a good start in the third period. LJ Gonzalez has to be able to be stopped here by Parañaque. He's doing a good job of organizing the offense. They have to mark him as early as he crosses the half line, because if you don't stop him with the basketball, he's just going to make a move, set up his teammate, or score for himself.
LJ Gonzalez only took 2 shots in the first half. He had 3 points, but he does have 4 assists to his name. How about Topping Lagrama being matched up versus JR Olegario in this game? Topping has become a very consistent point guard for Quezon. He has lessened his turnovers in our campaign, and his efficiency is through the roof. As we take a look at our leading scorers, it's RJ Minerva leading the way for Quezon, and Philip Banalang providing the show for Parañaque.
To your point about Topping Lagrama, Mitch, I just want to add that he's not anymore just a sideshow para dito sa Quezon Huskers. He's proven to be more than that right now, as you take a look at marketing head Seth Zamora on the sidelines. I think that's MC Gray.
I'm not sure. Well, we're happy to have everybody here inside the Olivares College gym. They're sitting beside Emer Oreta, our head of basketball operations. Thank you for joining us. This Mixed Com is at your service alongside Javi Palanya and Mika Abisamis. This follows the victories of Caloocan versus Marikina and Zamboanga versus Bacolod City for your MPBL Thursday. LJ, nice feed. Gab Banal, short. Rebound to Quezon. Gonzalez using the screen up top. Gab again. 4 on the shot clock. No offensive foul. Now it's Parañaque with possession.
A lucky break by Gab Banal. That was an obvious extension of the offhand.
JP Sarao getting the start in the third quarter. John Oduba, handoff to Jello Razon. Back to Oduba. Great attack onto the rim, and he was fouled.
Excellent two-man game on the left side there para sa Parañaque, but this is not a good sign. Jello Razon seems to be holding on to his right leg. He seems to be okay. I thought he was having a problem with his ankle. He was jumping up and down, but he's going to shake this off.
Well, he's young after all. Same goes for this guy, John Oduba. By the way, Mark Yee is on the bench because he has 3 fouls already in this game in 10.5 minutes of play. He is scoreless so far with 5 rebounds. On the other end, Del Fuentes is out of this game because of a minor ankle injury that he suffered yesterday during practice. So it's not a big concern for the Quezon fans.
So we have yet to see Quezon in full strength this year. Alphonsus Tamsi also has yet to play a game for them this season.
We will wait for that day wherein LJ Gonzalez will penetrate, and he will have Tamsi, Fuentes, and Gab Banal as options to kick out to. Now there's Keith Pido, who scored on the other end.
Good attack right there by Keith Pido, using his heft. Not really the fastest, but definitely one of the smartest players. Had that spin move to set him up for the shot.
43-37, Gab Banal against Jello Razon. That's tapped away by Jello.
Defense on Gab Banal by Parañaque has improved so far here at the start of the third quarter. They're making Gab Banal bleed for his shots.
LJ Gonzalez. Screen by Minerva. 3 on the shot clock. Gonzalez kick out to the bench.
Yeah, the right intention in mind, just not the proper execution. That pass just too high for Gab Banal, who was waiting to cut inside.
Balik tayo sa Parañaque. Jello Razon pulls up. He scores.
The mid-range game of Jello Razon is really so deadly.
And he did mention he has been Mr. Clutch for Parañaque. When the third quarter comes about, he transforms into a different person. Mamaya sa fourth quarter, ibang klase pa ang transformation niya ni Jello Razon, as now the ball went out of bounds in favor of Quezon.
He's already hit a lot of big shots this year. Take a look at that simple handoff on the left side. Two-man action once again. Quezon so far has had trouble defending that here in the third quarter. Earlier it was Uduba and Keith Pido.
Pass on to Minerva. He doesn't get the bounce. And Manalang will now survey. No numbers for Parañaque. Sarao as the trailer. Back to Philip. Two-man game. Manalang to Uduba. His three-pointer is good.
You leave him that wide open, he definitely is going to take it. It looked good the moment it left his hands. Good recognition right there.
Quezon led by as many as 13 points. Now the advantage is down to 1, but that's a big-time shot for RJ Minerva.
Shot clock almost winding down there para sa Quezon. RJ Minerva flashing into the middle, making himself available for that pass. Take a look at that again. Good read by Gabanal. Late closeout by JP Sarao. A lot of yellow shirts caught ball watching on that play.
JP Sarao apologizes to Coach Mike Sagigit. Minerva took his time to tie his shoe. There's the high five to his MVP and Gabanal. Almost 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. And now Minerva has a chance to make it a two-possession game once more. At the edge of the bench of Quezon, you'll see both Francis Tamsi and Jodel Fuentes. A miss offensive rebound. That's Jason Opiso.
That's two straight errors for JP Sarao.
Gabanal kick out. Abundo for three. Short. How about the efforts of Opiso and Minerva to keep the ball alive? Coach Mike is trying to call upon a referee, but we shall play on. 11 on the shot clock for Quezon. Gabanal against Philip Manalang. Banal attacks. Abundo. He still has it. Three-pointer. Short. Offensive rebound again. And it's stopping Lagrama.
That zone working well on that possession. However, once again, the Waterloo of a 2-3 zone. Offensive rebounding. Quezon taking advantage and getting multiple possessions on that play alone.
There was a foul called on Gabanal. And our referee, Michael Mesias, had to make sure that everybody would hear his whistle. It's that loud here in Olivares. Sideline inbound. Pido, Uduba. They go to Razon. 10 on the shot clock. Jello. Screen by John. Razon needs a teammate. Keith Pido, 4 on the shot clock. The pull-up. In and out. Ball tapped and recovered by Abundo. Now it's stopping Lagrama. Pass inside. Nice seal by Gabanal. Basket and one.
Stopping Lagrama once again, delivering a big-time assist. Recognizing the mismatch. Good swing of the basketball right there by Alvin Abundo. Defense of Parañaque not totally set. They were looking to go to that 2-3 zone again, but Keith Pido was the guy left down there on that baseline. Gabanal seeing that right away, and when he's in that kind of mismatch, it's just a matter of time before he gets a basket.
That's why now Parañaque has opted to go taller. Joshua Galliano is expected to be matched up against Gabanal. Marquis is also back. Inside scoring, a plus 16 for the Quezon Huskers. Marquis looking for a teammate. There's a foul, a grab by Alvin Abundo. Pasok dito si Simon Sandagon to replace RJ Minerva. Sideline inbound for Jello Razon. Good sportsmanship there between Jello and Abundo. Almost a steal. It is completed. Forward pass. It's too long for Jason Opiso.
But what about Topeng Lagrama once again? He almost made that possible para sa Quezon Huskers. He read that play beautifully, that sideline inbounds. He knew that Markey was going to receive, and he knew that Markey wouldn't notice him coming from behind.
That was the 5th steal of Quezon in this game compared to the 0 of Parañaque. A 7-point advantage for the road squad. Uduba spins. Uduba will miss. And here's Topeng. Lagrama serving. 2 men down. No call. That's a mismatch right there. Gab Banal against Philip Manalang. Abundo. Cross court. Opiso will fire. Short. Rebound Galliano. Marquis will now go to Jello. Razon for 3. Bombs away.
Fast break opportunity. You can't let your guard down there if you're Quezon. As soon as Marquis slowed it down, he was looking for a teammate. Quezon's defense relaxed, and that's why Razon was able to get an open look. But a quick answer by Topeng Lagrama on the other side. This guy has been big time in this game.
That's 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 dimes for Topeng Lagrama so far. Jello Razon, back-to-back threes.
Nerves of steel, Migs. He's just unconscious.
Gab Banal on the other end. He drives and feeds. Sandagon, no foul. Good defense by Marquis. A 4-point disadvantage for Parañaque. Uduba. Oh, Abundo went down. Jello Razon turns around. Oh, it's an unspo, but the basket will also count.
Wow. That's a young stud. Schooling a veteran. Take a look at that right there. The gamesmanship by Jello Razon, bumping Alvin Abundo, and then making himself available for that pass. Basket and 1 for the former Perpetual Help star.
Kainan na ang awit ni Jello Razon. Well, he did say these things tend to happen here in Parañaque. He becomes a different person in the 3rd quarter and all the more in the 4th frame. The good thing is they continue to trim the lead down because Quezon continues to provide a lot of answers on the other end of the floor.
Only scored 4 points in the first half. Talking about Jello Razon, he has exploded here in the second half. He has 8 here in the 3rd quarter. But good you mentioned that, makes that Quezon continues to execute offensively. However, in the past 2 trips, Parañaque was able to make 2 defensive stops to be able to prevent a basket. That's why the lead is just at 4 right now.
Our referees are making sure that they're going to get the right call. J.R. Francisco, Manuel Binondo, Michael Mesias, and Jay Castroverde. We now have one of them approaching the bench of Quezon. Which means it could be quite complicated. All right, give us some time.
You see Coach Eric Gonzalez still communicating to his squad at the sideline.
All right, so our referees just gave us the word. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul on Alvin Abundo, and the basket will count. It totally makes sense.
Yeah. So that means it's going to be a bonus free throw plus ball possession para dito sa Parañaque.
And you know, these types of moments,
Basket is good for Jello Razon.
we've seen them drive the game onto another direction.
Exactly, especially for Parañaque. They're playing on their home floor. This is fuel for their fire. They're down right now by 4 points. But this could just really turn things around here in the third quarter. Under 4 minutes to play. Let's see how this will affect the play of Quezon.
So Jello Razon is now at the stripe.
Because the basket counts, it's just a 2-point lead. So Parañaque with a chance to take the driver's seat right after this free throw.
Here's the bonus for Jello Razon. In Perpetual, he's been so used to playing that shooting guard and small forward positions. At some point, Coach Mike thought, I need to transition him to point guard if he wants to evolve his game into the higher ranks. But if you have a Philip Manalang and a Keith Pido with you, then why not put him back to his original position?
He's been flourishing. And why fix what ain't broke?
Joshua Galliano, the feed for Druaya, no foul. What a battle. Now there's a foul on Ruaya.
Hard-fought, physical battle underneath right there on that past possession. For Druaya, you know this guy can mix it up with the best of them. But just couldn't finish. A wise decision to actually give up the foul there to prevent the fast break opportunity para sa Quezon.
52-51, topping La Grama from downtown.
And they continue to answer here. Itong Quezon, topping La Grama, continues to remain on top of things here. Just really setting the tone para dito sa Huskers.
That's the third three-pointer of topping La Grama. He hasn't missed from downtown. Two-possession game. Jello Razon double-teamed. Tough pass onto Galliano. 5 on the shot clock. Joshua, he will attack. Galliano. Wow, off the glass and in.
He looked like he was going nowhere on that play. Good defense by Domart Matiliano, but because he had the height advantage, he was able to use the window to help him make that shot, and he gets the stop here for Parañaque.
A chance to tie or get their first lead in the game. There's a foul on the seal by Ford Druaya.
Will Gozum has had trouble facing for Druaya here in this game.
This three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme, one-stop shop appliances. Topping La Grama has 13 points. He's 5 out of 5 from the field. 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And get this, 0 turnovers.
Wow.
That's his growth.
And that's why he's still on the floor at this point of the quarter. LJ Gonzalez continues to have extended minutes on the bench. This is good para kay Coach Eric Gonzalez because it means he can keep his primary point guard fresh for the final period.
Now let's go to our courtside reporter, Mika Abesamis.
I know things are intense, but I just have a short story for you. Jello Razon and Philip Malanang talked about how they have gotten close on and off the court. They work out together outside of practice. They hang out, they relax. This was actually a planned scheme even before the season started, as they knew they needed to completely get along. So far, we can see that. Kasama din daw sa labas minsan si Keith Pido. Good effort from the backcourt trio of the Patriots. Mig Savi.
And that's why they already have all the chemistry in the world here in the 6th season of the MPBL. Can that actually pay off? Because Quezon continues to have answers. A three-pointer by Cyrus Torres.
Big-time basket by the former FEU Tamaraw.
Handoff, Jello Razon, no foul. He's blocked by Gozum, but there was a whistle blown at the last second.
The call is just not really going Will Gozum's way here. That's number 4, by the way.
So he's the first guy to reach 4 fouls in this matchup. Mark Yee has 3. And that's it. Everybody else has 2 or 1. First free throw converted by Jello Razon. So once again, he goes past his season average. 16 points for Jello Razon. In and out on his second free throw. Last 2 minutes in the third quarter. We have a long way to go. That's a steal. Joshua Galliano. He will attack. Galliano. He will score.
So much control and the power right there by Joshua Galliano to finish through contact in traffic.
A miss by Gozum. Again, Parañaque hasn't gotten the lead in this game. Could this be it? Pido, Marquis. Pinapalabas si Jello Razon. Instead, they go to Ford Ruaya. He backs down. Ruaya, no foul. Offensive rebound. Keith Pido from the corner. In and out. A minute and 10. Gravera attacks. Rodel Gravera will miss. And here's another chance for Parañaque. Joshua Galliano. He will fire for the lead. Yes, sir! What a big-time shot by Joshua Galliano.
9 points in this game off the bench para kay Joshua Galliano. What a great performance in his first game back here for Parañaque.
A miss by Gozum. What a sorry miss that was. Good effort by Opiso. One more chance here for Topeng Lagrama and company. 6 on the shot clock. Lagrama, that's his first miss. Gozum with the putback.
I was gonna say earlier that Will definitely has to keep learning how to play through all of this. You know, he usually gets so distracted when the calls don't go in his favor, but that's a good way to calm him down.
3 seconds. Keith Pido, short. And that's gonna do it for our high-octane third quarter here in Parañaque.
Boy, Quezon Huskers not letting up here on Parañaque's home floor, but give credit to that man. Jello Razon, only 4 points in the first 20 minutes. That he has gone on to score a dozen here in this third quarter. Shots from the outside, mid-range game. It's been deadly para kay Jello Razon. 6 assists as well, mixed to go with those 3 rebounds.
So that's 12 out of the 28 points in total for Parañaque in the third quarter, following their 33-point performance in the first half. Kaina na. Once again, that's a celebration of Jello Razon. This end of the third quarter score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Presenting our Suzuki, muscular and sporty fans of the game. Let's focus on that guy, Shaquille O'Neal. That's their version here in Parañaque, just like the Avenus. Do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenus, oras na para magmotor. Mula sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, at sa iba't ibang sulok ng mundo, kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa inyong panonood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. You just saw our beloved Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes with the rest of our VIPs at the sideline. This is Mix Gomez at your service, alongside Javi Palanya and Mika Abesamis. This is quite a normal scene when we start the fourth quarter inside the Olivares College Gym. It seems like all of their games have gone down to the wire in this gym.
Yeah, that's correct, you know. And Parañaque has been responding well, save for that loss against Valenzuela a couple of weeks ago. That's something I'm sure that they wear on their sleeve and something that they are trying very hard to prevent happening again here on their home floor.
They were 1 point away from at least extending that matchup, So you can also argue that they are 1 point away from still being undefeated, much like the Quezon Huskers.
Quarter scoring right there on your screens. Big third period, the greatest quarter so far of Parañaque tonight. 28 points in that third period. We mentioned already how good Quezon was in that third quarter, but they just couldn't put the stop on Parañaque, especially in the final half of that period.
It is 61-60. LJ Gonzalez brings down the ball. He's working with RJ Minerva, Cyrus Torres, Simon Sandagon, and Gab Banal. Banal now attacks. Gab onto Simon. Sandagon up top. 8 on the shot clock. Gab Banal still at it. Two-man game. Switch. Pass inside. Minerva. Nice feed. Sandagon. 1 on the shot clock. Minerva. No good. We're back with Parañaque. High-low. Marquis. A lot of physicality. No basket.
He was trying to bait RJ Minerva into committing a foul. He hooked one of the arms of Minerva as he was sealing him down low, but no call made by our referees. That could have gone either way.
This was the beautiful bump and the 2 points of Joshua Galliano in the third quarter. And we have our lucky fans of the game brought to you by Buenas. LJ Gonzalez on the horns play. Simon Sandagon, he will attack and miss. Oduba is on the run. John Oduba, no foul, no basket.
A wild shot right there by Oduba. He was out of control on that play. Parañaque didn't have numbers. They were virtually outmatched. That was a 4-on-2 break.
Tough layup. And the put back for RJ Minerva.
Minerva continues to work hard in this game. Offensive rebounds, playmaking, you name it, scoring inside. He's been up to it so far tonight.
That's 13 points for RJ Minerva. 62-61. Galliano zigzagging and scoring.
He has really expanded his bag. He's not just a guy who can make a move off the jab. Look at this two-man game with John Oduba going through the screen, in, out, the cross, and then the jump and extension right there by Joshua Galliano.
Buti na lang, tapos na ang liga ng Olivares Sea Lions, because that has allowed Joshua Galliano to return to the MPBL. 64-62. LJ Gonzalez against Philip Manalang. Gonzalez still at it. No handoff. 10 on the shot clock. RJ Minerva attacks. Minerva will miss. There's a whistle blown. A charge.
Warding off right there on the shot. Ito si RJ Minerva. Coach Eric Gonzalez stretching on the bench.
Napasandal na lang siya after that play. But now he's up on his feet once again to give out some instructions to Jason Opiso, who just replaced RJ Minerva. Over 2 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. A long way to go. Parañaque up by 2.
Now this is the tall lineup that Parañaque had difficulty going up against in the first half. Let's see how this matchup plays out.
Joshua Galliano, 8 on the shot clock. He drives. Tough kick out. Turnover. Counter. Steal by Galliano. Back with Philip Manalang. Up top. Oduba to Paulo Castro against Domark Matiliano. Marquis has time. MVP versus MVP. Marquis will back down. The living legend turns around. That's a miss. Rebound Sandagon. Forward pass, nice feed. Opiso will finish.
That's a problem when you have Marquis missing on the other side. Not as quick as he was getting back down the floor. And in fact, he was still arguing that that should have been a foul on the last play. His other teammates have to pick up the slack when that happens to avoid those kinds of scores on the break by Quezon.
There's a foul in the interior. It's on Jason Opiso, which means Uduba will go back to the stripe. But this was the feed by LJ Gonzalez.
Easy set right there. He just had to look up and saw Opiso was ahead of the pack. There were other Parañaque players down the floor as well, but they were busy tending to their respective men.
Gonzalez's shots continue to be limited. He has only attempted 4 in this game, but he does have 5 dimes to his name. John Uduba is back at the free throw line. This is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Uduba is 4 out of 6 from the stripe. 11 points for the big man. Second try for the Iron Man. Short. Offensive rebound. Uduba back at it. Sorry, miss. Quezon is down by 1. Again, at some point, they led by as many as 13. Gonzalez, tough feed. Cyrus Torres. Off to the left. Rebound Manalang. Numbers. Jello Razon. He was blocked by Jason Opiso.
He had that one coming. That was such a difficult make. Took off so early. But that was a good feed by Philip Manalang, recognizing that forward pass. I believe he should have taken at least one more dribble to try and put Jason Opiso off timing.
Good thing is they still have possession. Block story at 6-1. A lot of physicality between Mark Yee and Simon Sandagon. Although Simon did tell me during halftime that he's learning a lot from Mark Yee in terms of being physical here in the MPBL. Manalang, a lot of time. 2-man game. Philip Manalang for 3. Yes, sir!
The way that he's been shooting the basketball tonight, that's just not the proper way to defend him in the pick and roll. Why should you go under after the shots that he's made so far tonight? And you know that Philip Manalang is on a different level this season in terms of taking those outside shots. Look at that. Lagrama just going under the screen nonchalantly. And Manalang recognizing that opportunity, taking the shot and making it.
That's the second three-pointer of Philip Manalang out of 3 tries in this game. Jason Opiso answers back.
A basic execution right there. Nobody in front of Opiso on that catch and shoot.
3-point shooting. A combined 12 makes in this game between Parañaque and Quezon. How about Cyrus Torres? Inaasawa si Jello Razon. Screen up top. Manalang. That's a charge. It's on Marquis.
That's going to be number 4 now.
We have 5.5 more minutes to go.
Akala ko makakalusot pa dun si Marquis. Set a solid screen. Look at that. Initially, the movement came right after Lagrama went through.
I wonder if Mark will be able to stay until the end of the game. Now he will be replaced. Just to be sure, Ford Ruaya checks in. Limited minutes in today's outing for Marquis. He's only up to 21. (68-66). One possession game. Lagrama for the lead. Too strong. Rebound, Jello Razon. Philip Manalang. Using the screen. Manalang will attack. He goes to his buddy. Razon for 3. Wow. Welcome home, Jello Razon.
Create synergy between the two guards. Manalang initially warded off Jello Razon, taking that pick and roll action on the left side. Razon obliged, flashed out to the right side, and then was ready for the pass on the wing, making the outside shot.
Cyrus Torres, that's a big one. What a response. 71-69.
That's only his second basket of the game. But each of those two baskets have been timely makes galing kay Cyrus Torres.
2 out of 6 shooting for Cyrus in this matchup. Uduba is blocked. Great defense by Minerva. And that's a foul on John.
Check
Let's
this
see the
out.
replay.
Yeah, he was in trouble right there talking about Philip Manalang. They switched that pick and roll on the left side talking about Quezon that allowed Jason Opiso to switch on over to Philip Manalang, and as soon as he attacked the defense, 2 guys going at him, and that's what left Jello Razon wide open for that make on the right side.
3-point shooting, 7 for Quezon, 7 for Parañaque, but Quezon has taken 10 more attempts. It was a charge on John Uduba, so no free throws as of yet. 4 minutes and 21. Backcourt pressure applied by the Patriots. Gozum brings it down. Here's Cyrus Torres against Joshua Galliano. RJ Minerva. Hand off to LJ. Gonzalez saw an opening. Drive and kick. Torres for 3. Too strong. Rebound RJ. Minerva with a putback. 15 points and 7 rebounds for RJ Minerva.
May not be in double figures yet in rebounding, but a lot of those 7 rebounds coming on the offensive glass.
That's 4 out of the 7 in total for RJ. Now LJ is called for a foul as Galliano was sealing against him.
One positive for sure that you can acknowledge in this game para sa Parañaque is the fact that you've been able to limit LJ Gonzalez in this game. Only 5 rebounds, 5 points as well, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists.
71 all. Sideline inbound for Joshua Galliano. For Druaya, hand off to Joshua against Gabanal. Double cross. 8 on the shot clock. Galliano still has it. Off of the switch. Galliano turns around. Tough shot. No conversion. And how about for Druaya's activity? There's a foul on the ground.
That's why if you're Coach Mike Sagigit, you don't really have to worry a lot with Marquis on the bench. Kasi ang pinasok mo naman kapalit niya si Ford Druaya, who's equally as intense, as physical, and you know that he will give a lot of energy and effort going for those loose balls, especially when it's on the offensive glass.
That's the second offensive rebound of Ford Druaya in this game. He's up to 6 points, 2 out of 2 from the line so far. Big time free throws for the veteran. The first one is no good.
That's been a problem for Parañaque this evening. 16 out of 24 now makes. Imagine the number of free throws they've attempted compared to only 9 para sa Quezon tonight.
1 out of 2 for Ford Druaya. The lead is back with Parañaque. Rebounding story, only a +1 for the Huskers. Offensive rebounding, +1 as well for the same team. Second chance scoring, 18-12. Topeng Lagrama, wow! A 3-pointer on the other end. That's his 4th in this game.
Big shot to give them the lead right there. Wow. Topeng Lagrama, nerves of steel tonight.
Under 3 minutes to go. Joshua Galliano, they're down by 2. Galliano, mismatch. He spins, one-hander, conversion.
They are going back and forth right now. Patibayan na ng loob dito sa Olivares College Gym.
Well, you did mention this could be a preview of one of our matchups in the South Division playoffs. And so far, it has been quite entertaining for the crowd as Topeng Lagrama, who normally is the crowd favorite in Quezon, continues to respond to these types of baskets. From Joshua Galliano and company, we have a deadlock 74 all. 2 minutes and 43 remaining. Topeng Lagrama. We've argued about his efficiency in the 6th season of the MPBL, but is he proving more things to us, Javi?
Definitely so. You know, just the ability to actually be that floor general para sa Quezon Huskers. He's bought so much time for LJ Gonzalez on the bench. Unfortunately for Quezon, Gonzalez has not been performing at the par. But good thing Topeng Lagrama has been able to hit big shots and deliver great passes to his teammates tonight.
If you're homegrown of Quezon, or if you're from Quezon and you're proud of your homegrown, then I'm sure you'll be excited to watch their game next week. Saturday in Quezon Province versus Batangas City. Let's see if Topeng Lagrama will give us another show. But now, let's continue to enjoy this one. Back to square one. Under 3 minutes to go in Olivares, Parañaque. LJ Gonzalez, he will drive the layup and the miss. Great battle. No foul. Gozum one more and he gets the bounce.
Akala ko masyado niya minadali yun. There was still 14 seconds on that shot clock. It reset after that miss. But good thing that shot trickled in para kay Will Gozum.
76-74. Joshua Galliano against Cyrus Torres. Galliano attacks. Double team. Galliano. Kick out. Razon. 4 on the shot clock. Jello has to fire. Razon. No good. These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. You also have to remember that LJ Gonzalez has been clutch for Quezon already. Will he come alive once more? Gonzalez, drive and kick. Minerva will fire. No good. Rebound Manalang. Parañaque on the move. Jello Razon for the lead. No bounce. The ball went outside in favor of Quezon. Now we present to you our play of the game, brought to you by Buenas. Joshua Galliano turning around and scoring with one hand. As now, just got to see some substitutions. Let's just break down the lineups. It's Gabanal with Topeng Lagrama. Cyrus Torres, Will Gozum, and LJ Gonzalez for Quezon. Philip Manalang, John Aduba, Mark Yee, Joshua Galliano, and Jello Razon for Parañaque. 1 minute and 12 to go. Lagrama to Gozum. Will loses the ball. Turnover.
Great pass made there by Topeng Lagrama. He read that defense beautifully. Threading the needle with that pass sa gitna. Unfortunately, Will Gozum could not handle that basketball.
This is the second to the last timeout for Coach Mike Sagigit. Joshua Galliano on his MPBL return. Already has 14 points and 8 rebounds to his name. 5 out of 7 from the field and perfect from the stripe so far.
Aside from those numbers, he's hit some big-time shots here in the fourth quarter to be able to help Parañaque keep in step with Quezon in this game. What a way for him to debut in the 6th season.
76-74. Quezon has 2 timeouts. Parañaque has 1 remaining. 1 minute and 7 to go. Parañaque only has 1 loss in our campaign so far, and it happened on their home floor. Just by 1 point versus Val City. On the other end, the Quezon Huskers are still undefeated. RJ Minerva is back in for defensive purposes. He replaced Will Gozum. Sideline inbound for Jello Razon. He goes to Philip. Joshua Galliano. Mark Yee. Joshua against Gab Banal. He's trying to back down. Galliano lost the ball. That's a turnover. But the referees will review it.
Yeah, because we are under the final 2 minutes. Our referees can review every out-of-bounds play. Take a look at that again. There you see Galliano trying to back down Gab Banal. And as he went for that spin, it seems Banal had the last touch on that.
The left hand of Gab. Good case here for Joshua Galliano, who immediately pleaded the fact that it wasn't off of him. But then again, Parañaque only has 2 seconds on its shot clock.
And if they do keep possession,
Which, by the way, they won't. So Quezon will now have the ball. Simon Sandagon is already getting ready to inbound. 54.9 remaining. We're showing the replay in the venue. Sandagon will work with Gonzalez, Cyrus Torres, Gab Banal, and RJ Minerva. Double team on LJ.
absolutely no need to foul here for Parañaque. They just need a stop.
Gab Banal against Joshua Galliano. Step back, the jumper, and the miss. Ball out of bounds in favor of Quezon. John Oduba did not contest it anymore. Let's see this.
Tough. But it looked like it was Oduba who had the last call. But still, for Parañaque, you don't have to let your guard down. I'm not sure if Quezon will still have 14 seconds on their shot clock. Yes, the shot clock will reset to 14.
Quezon using this time to huddle up. Coach Eric is not yet stopping. Now we move forward. Baseline inbound for the Huskers. 36.4 remaining on the game clock. Cyrus Torres, RJ Minerva to LJ Gonzalez. Two-man game, no screen. Gonzalez against Manalang. Step back three. Yes, sir. Cold-blooded, as per usual.
They had the basketball where they wanted it to be, in the hands of that man, LJ Gonzalez. Crossover, the step back, enabled him to have that space to launch that shot properly. Manalang was right there to challenge. He had his hand up, but LJ Gonzalez, he just loves these kinds of shots at the end of ball games. Despite struggling the entire match, still was very confident enough to be able to knock that down.
From Far Eastern University to Quezon Province, boy, his talents have been well appreciated. He did it versus Zamboanga in overtime after tying the ball game up with a layup as well. But the question is, can they hold on? Quezon is up by 5, 26 seconds remaining. And again, we have seen stranger things and miracles in the history of the MPBL. Never count any team out.
You're right, Makes. This is far from over. Although Coach Mike Sagiget just called his final timeout of the game. A basket here, as we see LJ's numbers on your screens. 8 points, 2 out of 3 from the outside, plus 4 rebounds and 5 assists. None more important than those last 3 points that he just made para sa Quezon.
Sideline for Jello. Philip Manalang. They're gonna have to move quickly. Manalang against Sandagon. Philip, nice block by Simon Sandagon. And he will go to the stripe.
I'm not entirely sure if that's the play that they drew up. I don't think that's what Coach Mike Sagigit intended to happen, but Philip Manalang, he had to make a decision here. He decided to attack, and I think it was to set up Jello Razon. That was the play of Parañaque. He was delayed in going outside. I don't think the screen happened on the baseline, and that's why Razon could not be available for the pass. Manalang had to make that decision because the clock was already running.
Missed by Sandagon on his second gimme. 80-74. Jello Razon. Philip Manalang. 8 on the game clock. Somebody has to fire now. A foul, and that's free throws for Philip. But that's it.
A good ploy by Coach Eric Gonzalez to double Jello Razon right away as soon as he crossed the half line, forcing him to give up that basketball, make the pass, and have some clock shed off.
Second free throw for Philip Manalang. He will make it. Parañaque needs a miracle. There's the inbound quickly to LJ Gonzalez. Free throws for LJ.
All right, now what Parañaque is just trying to do here is they're trying to mitigate the distance. They want to lose by as little points as possible. Alam naman natin na come the end of our regular season, the coaching system will come in handy in terms of deadlocks sa ating team standings.
First free throw made by LJ Gonzalez. He actually has a chance to get into double figures. He won't do so, but it's not a problem. The Quezon Huskers remain undefeated. This will be the second loss of the season for the Parañaque Patriots.
What a ball game, yeah. Just a powerhouse matchup between the two squads in the Southern Division. It had to go down to the last seconds, but in the end, the tougher team was the one that arose from the ashes and picked up the victory. What a test of character para sa Quezon. Able to get the victory despite the numerous attempts by Parañaque to take over in this game. And Topping Lagrama, he was just a beast, especially in the final period, making big shots, delivering big-time assists.
16.6 out of 8 shooting for Topping Lagrama. 4 made three-pointers, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and only 1 turnover for the young point guard of the Quezon Huskers. That is our best player of the game, brought to you by Buenas. Big shout out as well to RJ Minerva, 15 points, 9 rebounds to finish the game. This final score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Big congratulations to the Quezon Huskers. This is something that everybody should remember as they host next Saturday in Quezon Province. But now, we turn you over to Mika Abisamis.
Maraming salamat. Kasama ko ngayon ang Buenas player of this game na si Topping Lagrama. Alam mo, Topping, lagi ka namin nakikitaan ng kumpiyansa. Pero ngayong gabi, tapang ang nakita namin sa attacking, sa tres, sa pagiging court general with 16 points and 4 rebounds. Kamusta ka pagkatapos ng larong ito?
Yun. Okay naman, masaya kasi nakuha namin yung panalo sa home court nila. Hindi rin biro kasi kalaban namin dami.
Matagal nag-warm up si LJ, no? Pero nung dulo, nagpakita pa rin siya ng value niya. Kamusta ang relationship nyo, kayong mga guards?
Okay naman kasi once na nagkakamali kami, nagsasabihan kami, nagtutulungan kami na bumawi ka, mali yung ginagawa mo. Yun yung namin, relationship namin sa team.
At yun naman ang nakita namin ngayong gabi. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Ayun, binabati ko yun mga mga fans namin sa Quezon Province, sa Lucena City. Ayun. Kaya maraming salamat kay Go Belen Tan at kay Ardi Tan, sa family Tan, Ket Tan, Kong Mike Tan, Mayor Alcala, Dondon, Vice Dondon. Yun, maraming salamat po. Yun, sa family ko, sa 3 kong baby, sa anak ko. Sa 2 kong boss, kay Boss Erlem Dala at kay Boss Mickey Gonsalvo. Ayun, maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Our buenas player of this game is Topeng Lagrama. Balik sa inyo, Mix and Javi.
There you have it, all the support among the guards of the Quezon Huskers in the 6th season of the MPBL. That's one of the biggest reasons why they remain undefeated. Tomorrow, we shall go back to the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila for Sarangani versus Imos, Bulacan versus Nueva Ecija, and Valenzuela will be tested by not only the usual players of Manila, but tomorrow will be the debut of Greg Slaughter in the MPBL. Thank you for joining us. For Mika Abisamis and Javi Palanya, my name is Nix Gomez. At ito po, ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.